I call the meeting to order. I begin by acknowledging that we are in Treaty 1 territory and the traditional homeland of the Métis Nation. The panel today is on my far left, Kathleen Garrity. On my left is Gisela Rempel. The assessors today are Victoria Ho and Nancy Flockton. I'm Robert Buss, the chair, and our secretary is Belhan Roble. We will be hearing applications for revision of the assessment roll in accordance with the Municipal Assessment Act. The matters for which revision is requested have been described in each application, and we will limit discussions to those matters. The statements that applicants or the assessor make at this hearing are sworn testimony, and anyone speaking to the matters must be sworn in. Be advised that comparisons of assessments of properties are not considered evidence of market value by the Board of Revision. The Board of Revision is appointed annually by Council and is independent of it and the City Administration. It makes its decisions on the basis of the evidence provided at this hearing and issues a written order that will be mailed to all parties as soon as possible. Please note that the Board's decision with respect to an application may be appealed to the Manitoba Municipal Board if the matter pertains to the assessed value or classification, or to the Court of Queen's Bench if the matter pertains to the application of exemption from taxation. Should you wish to appeal, information on how to do so will be included in the Board's order. With respect to the hearing process, I will confirm the matters to be addressed with each applicant following the swearing in. We will then have the assessor's testimony followed by questions that the other applicant may have, and then the applicant's testimony followed by questions. Each side will have an opportunity to summarize if they wish. Once all the evidence about an application has been brought forward, the applicant may leave. The process will repeat for each item on the docket today. The session will close after all applications have been heard, and the Board will deliberate in private and make its decisions. You will receive the order by registered mail as soon as possible. As information, all public hearings are live streamed and will be a part of the public record. We will begin item number 12 on the docket today, 491 Mandalay Drive, Unit 109.
Yes.
Please state your full name. And you swear the evidence about to present is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I do. Thank you. You have the option to swear in on the Bible or to affirm without it. On the Bible. It's whatever you want. Please state your full name. Say your full name.
I don't understand.
Your
What
name?
is your name?
Oh,
Bogumila Kozlovska.
And you swear that evidence you're about to present is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay, welcome everybody. And Ms. Ho, when you're ready,
thank you, Mr. Chair.
it's all yours.
Subject parcel is 0500914720, located in condo 431. Street address is 491 Mandalay Drive, Unit 109, located in the neighborhood area of the Maples. It is located in an apartment-style building. It is built in 1979. The total living area is 798 square feet. It is a 2-bedroom with 1 full bathroom with a wall air conditioning unit. It has a balcony. We're asking the 2020 assessment roll is 139,000, and the assessment per square foot is 174 square feet. I present 4 comparables within the condo complex. All built in 1979. These living areas range between 793 square feet to 798 square feet. All 2 bedrooms, all have full bath, all have wall units, and all have balconies. The sale price range between $137,000 to $145,000. The sale price per square foot range between $172 per square foot to $182 per square foot. Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have any questions of the information?
No.
Of this information? No?
No.
Well, we'll see if the panel does. Do you have any questions? Ms. Garrity?
They all seem to be pretty similar, and just wondering, did you have a chance to go and see it?
No, I have not.
Anything that makes it any different or outstanding from the others?
Not that I can notice.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. I am wondering on the map that you have attached, I noticed the address of this particular unit is on Mandalay Drive.
Yep.
Is the unit itself right on Mandalay Drive? I can't tell from your arrow. Like, is it facing Mandalay Drive? Is it facing?
So there are 2 buildings. So there's one on Mandalay Drive, and then there is the one facing, I believe, on Jefferson.
Okay. And which way does this condo face, do you know? Is this a back lane behind the units here?
I believe so. I'm not too sure exactly which direction we face.
Okay. Of the comparables that you have presented, is there one that you think is the most suitable comparable to the subject property?
They're all quite similar. I just, probably most similar would be either comparable 3, because it's on the first floor. But however, it is a slightly smaller unit, and comparable 2, but it's also, but this one is located on the 2nd floor, but it has the same square footage.
Thank you.
Okay. So you're saying there's 2 buildings there?
Yes,
And both buildings are similar?
Yes.
Similar style, similar construction, et cetera?
yes. They're on the same condo complex.
So that's why the comparisons have a different, they're addressed on Jefferson Avenue?
Yes. Sales were limited for, up until, prior to the reference date. So I had to use the sales from Jefferson.
Right, okay. As long as the buildings are, they're very similar. And there's a sale on the subject property of $114,000, 2010.
Yes.
Were you able to drive by the property?
I was not able to drive by the property.
Okay, thank you. Do you have any information that you would like to give us or tell us about your property?
It's lately it's big problem. This summer was like full. There is the not how to say, it's not basement. It's cross under, and was filled with the water till the top. I have under, and they still working on it. And I think that this building lost lots of value because it's lots of around new condominiums everywhere, and they like 165,000 beautiful brand new, and I pay $360 condo fee for the old building, and is problem in the building, and I don't know. I'm just thinking that this summer was filled. The cross was filled up with the water till the I'm on main floor.
You're on the main
and I
floor,
have
yes.
I put a brand new hardwood floor. I don't like that the idea the water was there, They work from all year, this year, they work every day there. And they still connecting water in the basement and in the cross there. And like yesterday, they connect on the, where is the hot, they call to connect cold water. In the toilet is hot water instead of cold. When you flushing, it's just this condominium lost lots of value. Like it's not like I had before 159 or something.
Okay.
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't understand
No,
very
no.
good. My English is not perfect, but I'm thinking it's
We'll
too
see.
much I paid.
We'll see if there's any questions. We'll see if anybody
Okay.
has any questions for you. Ms. Ho, do you have any questions for the
Okay.
applicant?
Is there a special assessment for the condo complex for the flooding in the crawl space?
I think we're gonna pay the damage. Damage deposit. I don't know. Like I don't know how many thousands for because the company they're fixing. They're fixing the problem. There was working. They've been sucking the water from under the.
Yeah.
For a long time, we didn't have water. The fridge was not working. The freezer was not working. Big problem in this building. Huge. No, Jefferson one, Mandalay one. It's too complex. It's Jefferson and
Yeah.
Mandalay. The Mandalay one.
We're both. Oh, sorry. Continue on.
Sorry. So the ongoing issues affecting the Mandalay building, not Jefferson?
I don't think so, Jefferson, because they work on this building where I live constantly.
Okay.
Any other questions?
And how healthy is the reserve fund for the condo complex? Or you don't? That's okay.
You know, they whole summer, from the time when happened, they all the time, there is going, they come inside and check what's, because there is the humidity, or how we call, because
Yeah.
the water and the fans inside, or heaters, whatever, I don't understand that, they're going constantly. The noise is in the condo, under my, in the cross, is going constantly, like making the noise because I think they drying or what they doing, I don't even know.
Okay. No question.
Okay. Panel, Kathleen?
Couple of questions. On the map here, this across from you, is that the school, or do you know, what is that across from you?
Or it's a nursing home.
Okay.
It's Maple Nursing.
Oh, that, okay, thank you. And the other is, do you know what your last assessment was prior to this one? This one was 139, do you know what your last one was?
I don't remember.
Don't remember? Okay.
59, 59. I don't know. I don't remember.
Okay. And are you planning on staying there?
Yeah, I put lots of money there inside. I put new floor, you know, I put new windows. And I'm old already. I'm on retirement. I went for retirement. I don't feel old. That's it. Sorry about that.
Turn it.
Okay.
That's her phone.
That's good.
That's all.
If everybody could put their phones on.
I supposed to
Whatever.
be
I just turned mine off.
Нет, вы не pues entendido que era. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
I think I did it.
Okay,
I'm good, thank you.
Gisela, questions?
Yes, I'm wondering, you say that there is a crawl space underneath your condo unit. Is it underneath the whole entire main floor?
Yes.
Do you know how the water got in the crawl space?
Well, the main pipe break.
A water main pipe broke? Okay. So do you face Mandalay Street itself?
No, I face the back line.
You face the back alley? Okay. Can you tell me, since you have owned your condo, have you had any special assessments or bills that you have had to pay to the condo corporation as a result of repairs that they have made to the buildings and to the property?
Explain me better.
Okay, like, have they had to replace the roof and all of a sudden they
Oh,
didn't have
that's
enough
right.
money and you had to pay a special amount over and above the $360 a month? You- No?
No.
So they have had enough money then to pay for
That's
those
enough
things?
money, yeah. Yeah, that's
Are there any other condo owners that you know of on the main floor that are facing the same problem that you are? With the fans going, the noise?
Well, sure, that's I don't know, the next, the door, because I don't go inside the building, I never go inside the building, I go from outside, from the parking. Is there how they call this?
A separate entrance? You have your own entrance?
Everybody has
Oh,
like
okay,
that.
okay.
And I have the garden door and I go from outside to inside. You know, I go on the hall only to bring the letters. That's all what I use. But they cutting the grass, they cleaning the snow, and I pay. They fixing the roofs, and that's why I pay $360. But they is old building, and you know that's 360 is quite lot to pay.
Right. But you've never had to pay anything?
No extra, no.
Okay, okay,
No,
thank you very much.
I don't know now. I don't know now when the problem happened. Because
Thank you.
Thanks. You said you replaced the flooring in your condominium?
yeah, I replaced.
Is that because it was flooded?
No,
No.
no, I replaced before that.
Did-
I put new floor, hardwood floor before, when I was working. I had the money, now I cannot afford.
Was there water in your suite?
No,
No,
was no
just
water,
down
they say
below.
was still up. And they come with special thing to check inside the humidity, I
Yeah,
would say.
for mold
Humidity,
and things, yeah.
humidity.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for coming.
Maybe I did the damage for everybody now.
No. You did very well. The secretary will send you a letter in a week or two with a registered letter with the results.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, thanks for coming.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye now, thank you.
Yeah.
230 Bonner,
What the other assessment?
Weber,
Prior assessment.
if you'd like to
Usually
come
it's
up,
at the
take a
bottom,
seat,
right?
please.
So it's- Have I looked at it?
Sorry, I was thinking of one more too.
Okay, this is the first time we're doing this too, so.
Okay, we're not too bad to deal with.
thank you.
We'll do just
You
fine.
have the option to swear in on the Bible or affirm without it. Please state your full name. And you swear the evidence about to present is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. Please state your full name.
Walter, ready?
And you guys have been to back to Brent, the street, what you can let me please copy that. Thank you. Do you have any evidence you want to share with the panel or just verbal information?
Just verbal. Were we supposed to give you paperwork? 'Cause
Whatever you like.
Okay.
If you're under oath, so you can give us verbal information if you like.
Okay.
But we will start with the assessor first. The
Okay.
assessor will give us information. And then you missed my opening blurb, but the assessor will give information, and you'll have a chance to question the assessor on the information that she has presented. And then you can tell us about your property, and we can ask questions of you. Okay? Ms. Hole, time you're ready, will you begin with number 15, unit 211?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Parcel ID is 040072574400, condo number 969. Subject address is 230 Bonner Avenue, unit 211. Located in the neighborhood area of River East. Is an apartment style. Is built in 2016. This unit is, total living area is 765 square feet, has 1 bedroom, 1 full bath, central air conditioning, and has a balcony. The 2020 assessment, we're asking $221,000. The total assessment per square foot is $288 a square foot. I'm presenting 4 comparable sales, all within the condo complex. They're all located in the apartment, all built in 2016. Living areas range between 742 square feet to 765 square feet, all 1 bedroom, all with 1 full bathroom, all have central air conditioning and balconies. Sales ranges between $224,900 to $239,900. And sale price per square foot ranges between $293 a square foot to $313 a square foot. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So if you have any questions on this information that she has presented, you're welcome to ask questions.
Just if your information is the same as mine, nothing sold, resold again in the building up to April 1st, 2018.
This is a newer condo complex. I understand up until April 1st, 2018, these were majority first-time sales.
Right, I believe they started selling in 2014, and then the building became occupied in 2016. But from the listings and the sales that I got, there was no resales, if that's right, up to 2018, April 1st. So we had no comparables to go on. So the information that I took to compare was the building that originally was used to compare the condos to for the assessment, which was 1954 Henderson Highway. And
Okay, this is getting into your
So we don't-
information, so
so we don't do that, we just talk about
it's
the
questions.
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 Yes, you
Wait.
have a chance to ask
So-
questions, and we want to ask questions as well, so. And then
So-
you will have a chance to make
Okay.
whatever information you have.
So just looking at what you put here is the samples from when we were buying, every floor is different prices.
Okay.
We bought on the second floor, and the samples that you brought, examples, other than ours, was another one on the second floor, the third floor, 2 on the third floor, and the 4th floor, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we're just here to describe properties right now and where they're located and what they look like?
Well,
Is that
we-
kind of basically?
you can ask questions on anything you like, yes, but you don't have to give us information now. It's time to ask questions, and you will have a chance to make your presentation once we finish with the questions. So if you have no other questions, we will see
Okay.
if the panel has questions.
Okay.
Okay? Gisela?
I have no questions, thank you.
Just basically, did you have a chance to look at the property?
I'm familiar with the property. I've passed by it, had inspected a similar unit, years prior. I'm assuming that based off of that inspection of a similar unit that was on the main floor, that there have been no changes, or updates to this condo.
And condition then?
I'm assuming it's average.
Okay. And, that's all that I have, thank you.
Okay, the question that the applicant asked about any resales between these sales and April 1st, 2018, were there any resales that you know of?
Not that I know of.
Okay. And I see from your information that the highest sale is the one that's on the 4th floor.
Yes.
Correct.
Is that correct? Yeah. Is that standard? The higher you go up, the more value?
From looking at this particular condo complex, the sales did increase on the top, in particular for the top floor.
Is this a four-story building?
This is a 4-story building.
Thank you, that's all my questions. If you'd like to tell us about your property, give us any information.
I believe the odd number, which we are 211, faces the Shell station, Irwin Shell station. We have Irwin Homes, commercial building. We have a auto place next door. We face the parking lot on Henderson Highway. I believe 410, which is 239, faces the back, which is the residential area. There's no parking lot. There's no high traffic. So it's quieter too. So those ones would be a little bit more for that too. Also, can I talk about the other building now?
Sure.
Okay. We looked into how the prices, the assessment became the assessment when the building was built. And we were told it was compared to 1954 Henderson Highway, which we found out was a completely different building, condo complex, but it was on the riverside of Henderson Highway. It is a concrete building. Ours is a wood structure, surrounded by residential homes, not commercial buildings like ours. It had a double access door into the underground parking, so one in, one out, and we had a single coming in and out the same one. Their common room was 3 or 4 times larger than our common room. They had larger balconies. They had 2 storage rooms, one on the floor that your unit's on, and one in the underground parking.
If I could stop
Okay.
you there, the assessor or somebody might have told you that to give you some kind of an idea of values, but what the assessor has done here is brought in 4 sales from your building. So that other building, really, they're not using that other building to value your condo. They're using the sales from your building now. So
But there was no resale, so the original prices or the original assessments came from 1954 as an assessment. So since there's been no other sales, then we have nothing else to compare it to other than what the city compared it to at the beginning.
well, we're not using any comparative assessments. We're using sales that actually took place in your building. That's the best way to find market value, is to look at
But
sales
that was
in
the
your
original
building.
ones, because in 2016, because there's been no other sales, like they never were resold. That was it. They were all bought at the very beginning, and there was no other resales. So the only comparable really is what they originally started with, to get the assessment in the first place, because nothing else is resold to tell us what the value is.
It doesn't matter where they got the assessment originally, it's whether these sales justify the assessed value, prove the market value. It's whether this information proves the value, the market value of your property.
Right, but nothing has resold to tell us what the market value is anymore. So,
Well, we
But
have,
it's sold in the first place.
yes, we have the sales, the original sales here. So that's what they have to go by, because if there was resales, that would be great, but if there's no resales.
but we were
then you have
told
to-
to get the assessment, they used this building as a comparable, but it really wasn't a comparable because it was, all it was a condo. They both were condos, but the differences were substantially, huge difference to get to the assessment. So the original assessment, which is the only thing, what I'm saying is we're going on here because we don't have any other sales to say. Like if we had the sales, we could say, hey, look, there was a sale in, January of 2018, and the value of this is this now, or, we can compare at least something, but we can't compare anything right now. Only we can compare is what we have,
Because it dropped considerably.
so.
Since-
And we know the properties have been dropping. I mean, we can't go now, because that's $30,000 or $40,000 difference, but we can, just on the history of where the 2 bedrooms have going. That's the only thing we can go on. So I would assume if the 2 bedrooms are dropping, then the 1 bedrooms are dropping. Because I don't think the 1 bedrooms are gonna catch up to the 2 bedrooms. They're gonna drop with them, I would think. Like if a 3-bedroom house on the street has dropped, then I'm assuming the 2 bedroom's gonna drop too, for the value. The same in the city. If you have a 3-bedroom condo and a 2-bedroom condo and a 1-bedroom condo, they price accordingly. So if one is dropping, we have to assume the other ones are gonna drop too. I don't think it's gonna stay the same value. And I mean, we've been told before by a lot of people that 2 bedrooms are more popular, so if they're dropping, that's where we got our thoughts from.
Okay. Okay, well, we'll see if that's your presentation. We'll see if there's any questions from, if the assessor has any questions of the applicant.
So do you have any sales up until April 1st, 2018 that you would like to provide?
There
We
wasn't-
couldn't find any, that was the issue, we couldn't find any that, I mean, I got a listing from an agent with all the sales, and there was not one that we could find that was a 1-bedroom before 2018.
Okay. And is this a rental?
Yes,
Okay. How much is it rented for?
12.95 including parking. 12.95 including parking.
Is the parking indoors?
No.
Outdoors?
Outdoors, covered parking. Still tin roof over it.
No questions.
Also,
Okay.
should I talk about that? The 2019 assessment 214 and 2020 actually went up to 221.
7,000.
It went up 7,000 instead of down.
That's fine. Kathleen, questions?
I had the realty info and you say you haven't any, and I think you're, all things being equal, what are you thinking it should be?
Oh, good question. Never thought about that one, what it should be. I'm thinking, I mean, if I'm thinking about today, that's a little harder because I know what the value of them are going for today, like the 2 bedrooms have dropped 30,000, 40,000. So I'm just taking half of what I think that would be a 1-bedroom. That's my guess. I don't think that they're gonna drop 30,000 or 40,000 for a 1-bedroom, but I'm definitely thinking that they've gotta drop at least 20. That's my guess.
And your most recent assessment prior to this, you said was how much?
2019 for 297.
Say that again, sorry, can't hear you.
2019, the assessment we got was
Right here.
214.
Sorry, he's on the 2-bedroom one.
Yeah,
It went up a lot.
214,000 in 2019?
yeah, and then it went to
221. So it went up
$7,000.
$7,000.
Instead of going down.
Okay. Thank
No.
you.
Gisela, questions?
Yes, I'm wondering, with the rent that you charge, does that include utilities?
It includes everything but water.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, yes, no, hydro, you have to pay hydro. You have to pay hydro, that's the only thing you have to pay, and I believe it's quite cheap, because that's what I've been told by everybody.
And have you had any problem renting this condo unit out?
No, I found it.
Do you have any evidence to indicate that condo values are dropping, as you indicated?
Yes.
What evidence do you have?
Urban Homes had around 5, I believe, still in there up to like a year ago. And they had to drop them 40,000 to sell them. The 2 bedrooms, I believe 2 of the 2 bedrooms, they went from 300 one's 356.9, and sold price is 330. That was at 215.
Those, are you speaking of sales post after April 1st, 2018? Are those?
What happened is there was like 5 still left in the building from Urban Homes, and that was 2018 prior, and they weren't selling. And I'm assuming they just wanted to keep sitting on them and waiting and waiting and waiting. And they didn't sell in 2017, and I believe that's the evidence that's gonna be on the 2-bedroom, is that there was nothing sold prior to April 1st, 2018.
Because it was in September and November. but
Like
those went down
one
to
day
48.
after,
That's okay.
one day after the assessment, I think they
No, it was
dropped.
more than that. There was one in September, 342.9, and it sold for 299.9. And another one was 357.9, sold for 299.9.
Those are the ones they were sitting on, and so why there's no comparables for at least our 2 bedrooms is because they weren't selling and Irwin wasn't ready to reduce them, and then finally I guess it was costing a little bit too much, so they dropped them like 40 grand.
No, it was for the 2 bedrooms.
And when were
It's
they
2
sold?
bedrooms.
Sorry, I didn't hear.
September,
One was September 2nd of 2018,
Okay,
and one was November 2nd.
so it's post-reference period that we're talking?
yeah, one was,
So
350.
those were the only ones in 2018.
And it was the main floor one, 357.9 was the original asking price. And sold November 2nd, 2018, the same year, for 299. So we're talking $57,000 drop from their original listing.
Can you tell me, the condo you purchased, was that the first time sale for that condo?
Yes,
Yes.
Okay. And what month did you purchase it in?
it was in 2014.
It was 2016, it says here.
That's when it
The building?
was occupied, but we bought it 2
Oh, you
years.
bought it
Like
Yeah.
before it even started to get built.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was 2014 sometime, I'm not sure exactly.
I know, it just seemed like everything was going smooth, and then 2016 came when they were starting to sell it, and then they just plunged and dropped, and nothing was selling.
And who told you that 1954 Henderson Highway was a comparable?
People that we know in the building appealed
Okay, so
already.
it wasn't an assessor that told you that?
Assessor told them, and they shared the information with us. They've already done this and came here, and so they gave us all the information that the assessor told them.
Okay, I have no further questions, thank you very much.
I don't have any questions either. For the record, I would say that the sales, those post-reference sales, you're saying they've gone down. They will be a part of the next reassessment.
Right, I'm aware of that.
But we'll try not to look at them for this reassessment.
I think the problem was that they weren't selling, which gives you the reason why they weren't selling.
Okay, so that takes care of Unit 211, and we'll go to Unit 205. Item 16, and we will do the same. The assessor will begin with presentation of her information, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Subject parcel identification is 040072573770, located in condo number 969. The subject address is 230 Bonner Avenue, Unit 205. located in the neighborhood area of River East. It's located it's in an apartment. Built in 2016, it has 1,031 square feet. It has 2 bedrooms, 1 full bath, 1 half bath. Central air, it has a balcony. The 2020 assessment is $307,000. The total assessment per square foot is $297 per square foot. I am presenting 4 comparables today, all located within the condo complex. All built in 2016. This living area ranges between 1,006 square feet to 1,031 square feet. They're all 2 bedrooms. They all have the same number of bathrooms. They all have central air conditioning, all have balconies. And the sales ranges between 307,171 to 319,671. The sale price per square feet ranges between $358 a square foot to $317 a square foot. Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have any questions on this on this information that she's presented? We've been through that.
We've been through that.
A lot of the information from the last condo was pertinent to this condominium as well. Kathleen, questions?
Just basically the differences in this one, they have dropped the price, they have dropped the assessment. That's the only thing I'm seeing differently than the last one. And that was the reason for that, assessing it down instead of up.
The 20
assessment, that was the sale.
Yep.
Oh, sorry.
So,
Yes,
yeah,
thank you.
so the 2019 assessment is $297,000. The 2020 assessment is $307.
Okay, it's the sale.
It was-
Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah. 297 was the 2019? Okay, then, thanks.
Okay.
I have no questions, thank you.
I don't have any questions either. Is there anything that you would like to tell us about this unit?
It's faces the same direction as the other one, faces Henderson Highway, the Shell station, Irwin Building, the auto mechanic, commercial place beside Irwin. It's on the 2nd floor, the same thing as the other one, same direction. And it's also rented out to family. And
Okay.
that's,
Okay, we'll see if there's any questions. Any questions?
we're just doing the description now, right?
No, this is time for you to tell us about anything you want to tell us about the
Okay.
property. You go ahead and tell us.
One of your sound examples is 312, 230 Bonner. The original list price on that one, according to my records here, is $329,900. The sold price, October 28, 2016, I have $317,000. It went down $12,900.
Sorry, which one?
312, 230 Bonner.
Okay.
You're saying the sale shows 300 and
317, so it originally was listed at 329,900.
Okay.
And then it went down, so price, it says here 317,000 on October 28, 2016. And then this sale price, 310. So,
307. The assessor's showing 307,171.
In May of 2017.
right, so we're starting off at 329 down to 317 to 307.
329 is what they asked, correct?
329 is the original list price, I believe.
Okay.
And then
So
October
sold
28, 317, and then you have 307, so it's just showing I guess my argument is just going down.
Just to clarify, I'm sorry, these sale prices are what was registered through LTO. It's not, they also do take out the GST, in some cases, especially on the first time sales. I believe this is a first time sale also.
Yeah, we paid GST though, because of rentals.
Yeah, if you don't live there, you have to pay the GST, that was a few more thousand we had to pay for ours, which made ours higher price.
Okay. Anything else?
I think just the stuff that we were talking about, I know that I did mention that Irwin had quite a few condos. 2 bedrooms, actually, the ones that were left were 2 bedrooms. And we found out that because they couldn't sell them, they ended up actually renting a couple also. And then finally, like I said, when they decided to get serious in the way of they gotta get rid of them, it was costing them too much, they dropped them to a price that they would sell them. So the year that we're doing our assessment for it was the year that they sold them, so, but again, they had to drop them 40 grand.
Yes.
And I know you guys look at April 1st as an example, but I guess my argument is there's 5 or 6 of them sitting there for sale, not selling. Everything sells for the right price, but, and until they decided to get serious and drop them to a price at where they should be, that's when they sold. So I guess that's my argument. We don't have any comparables in the prior months, is because nothing was selling. No 2 bedrooms.
Shortly after they did.
A lot of people, owners, a couple of them wanted to move, maybe they decided they didn't like condo life or whatever, but they weren't willing to drop 20 or 30,000, so they stayed. And I believe there's probably still some people today that are pretty ticked, and I'm sure you've seen that in this board meeting before, that condos have dropped so much that a lot of people don't know what to do.
Very good. Thank you. We'll see if there's any questions of.
So it's rented out. How much is the rental?
$16.95. $16.95.
That's with parking?
Underground parking, yes, one spot.
And I'm assuming the same thing, everything's included except for hydro?
Hydro.
May I, sorry, I'll ask a couple questions. When did, because this is a new building, and you had to sign a contract with the builder, when did you sign the contract with the builder to build, when?
Sometime in 2014.
In 2014, and that
At the
was,
beginning.
and the price was indicated back then in 2014.
There was no negotiating, that's what we found out from a lot of people that
After
were buying
the fact.
there, that this is the price, if you want it, buy it, if you don't, I mean, I went in to buy the, an extra parking spot outside, and it was $10,000 when I looked, and the next day we put in the offer, and it was $20,000.
Okay.
I'm like, what the heck? $10,000 a day. So, needless to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was the total price with the builder that you guys agreed to back in 2014?
It was 297.
Plus GST, we have to pay whatever that is at the time.
I believe it was.
297, but I don't really, 290. I don't, we'd have to do
Well, it was
that on
three.
the calculator with the GST.
Just, yeah, because we get our information through land titles, so we have the sworn value at 331,000, but it transferred through without the GST at 314,900.
And that sounds right.
That sounds right.
314 with the tax?
Without the tax? The, yeah, for the 2-bedroom, obviously, right, not the 1-bedroom, okay.
Yeah. We had bought an extra parking spot, that's separate.
Separate, yeah.
Just in case we had, another person that needed an extra parking spot, and we haven't increased our rent either in the last 3 years, not once, I don't think. No, we don't wanna lose our family, because if we lose our family, then we have to sell them, then we lose. We're gonna lose a lot of money, so we just keep eating the costs.
I just have one more quick question, hopefully. So you signed a contract back in 2014. Obviously, it takes 2 years to build the complex. Was there anything in the contract that the value, like your price could have been renegotiated when,
No.
even regarding like if the condo market
No, they
decreased,
wouldn't budge
nothing?
on the parking, they
Wouldn't budge anything, so
No,
that was the
no
price
budging with
regardless.
them. I mean, I think the agent said, do you want the parking spot or do you not want the parking spot? I said, well, it was 10,000. Oh, that wasn't an agent, that was a friend who gave you the wrong price. I think they started at 5,000 outdoor and they went up to 20,000.
Yeah,
I'm just
there's
talking
no
about the unit
negotiate-
itself.
Yeah, there was no
No
negotiation. They told us,
regardless
this is
of-
the price, there's not $500 off, there's nothing. If you want
Regardless
it,
of market
yeah.
value.
Regardless of market
yeah,
value.
yeah, this is it. If you want it, buy it. There's no negotiating on any floor, on any condo.
Okay. Okay, thank you for that information.
Thank you. Gisela, questions?
Yes, I just wanted to confirm that I understood this correctly. You indicated that for this one comparable 312-230 Bonner, you had information that it sold for $317,000, did you say, in 2017?
That's what the, thing shows here.
I can show you this of the house.
Was that 2017?
1,003 square feet.
What's the date on that sale?
230. Sold date October 28, 2016. List price $329,900. Sold price $317,000, so I wrote down $12,900 down, and then you guys have 310, was it?
307.
307.
But this was in May 2017,
Right,
this information, so this is a resale then?
right, so what we're saying
No.
is start
Well,
at
it's not showing
329,
up.
317.
Okay, 329 is the list price, it's
Right.
not what it sold for,
Right.
so that is kind of irrelevant. So, but October 20th, 2016, it sold for that is definitely
Yeah.
relevant. And then it sold again in
Sorry,
May
yeah.
2017?
Nancy has something.
That is the possession date, so we get all our information through land titles. So the owners who purchased it, probably in October, because that's MLS listing,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
the multiple
Yeah.
listings system, and then the possession date. So even
So
though
it's the 317 minus the GST?
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Okay,
Okay, that's all my questions, thank you.
thank you. So you bought this unit, I guess, and the other unit too, with the intention of renting them out?
Yes.
That was the original one?
Yes,
And I take it there's no rental restrictions in that building? Like some condominiums have restrictions on owner occupied and stuff.
yeah, there's no,
No
yeah, you can
rental
rent, you
restrictions.
can rent out. There's a few people that did that when they didn't wanna drop $20,000 or $30,000, they decided to rent theirs out.
Okay, that's all my questions. I think that concludes.
I just wondered about your cost per month on this unit. You tell us your rent is $16.95, but do you have to pay
We have to pay like condo fees.
Pay about $300 a month.
for condo fees?
No, I mean out of our own pocket
Okay.
to
Yeah,
manage it.
okay, thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for coming. And
Thanks a lot.
you will get a registered letter from the secretary within a couple of weeks, I suspect.
No, I'll go out today. Can we take a recess?
And we'll recess for a short period of time.
Okay,
for deliberation.
thank you.
Thank you.
call the meeting back to order, and we will deal with 216 Melrose, 35 Winford. If,
Both of it? No.
no, 35 Winford.
Oh,
We'll
okay.
deal-
Winford first?
Where is my, here we go. If you would, first of all, you had any contact with 35 Winford? Okay. If you could read the roll number, et cetera, into the roll and the value, that would be.
Okay. Subject property parcel identification is 0900399590. Located in condo number 374. Street address is 35 Winford, unit 37. The 2020 assessment is $137,000.
Thank you. And 26,
You can see the address is adjourned.
216 will be adjourned. What did you call it?
Adjourned, that's correct, rescheduled.
Rescheduled, 216 will be rescheduled.
Okay.
That concludes our hearing for this morning. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation.